operation. It couldn't be sunk. So they created a new organization called the Air Repair Unit Floating, Aircraft Repair Unit, ARUF. They had just created the first ARUF, and I was just graduating from the test pilot school, and I didn't have any other assignment. I was waiting to be assigned to something. They assigned me to this first ARUF, which is just an organization on paper at the time. Right. And they gave me a couple of other officers, and we were supposed to create a mobile aircraft repair unit, and aircraft repair unit floating. And at the same time, they were building some Liberty ships with repair shops built into the ships. Right. And a flat bow with a ramp. They could lower the ramp and tow an airplane into the ship for repair.
Describe how big these Liberty ships are compared to, say, a carrier.
Well, they weren't as big as a carrier, but they were a big cargo ship. And our shops were all aboard, and so the ships weren't even built yet. But so we started training our mechanics and our people, getting the organization together, working out of hangar facilities at Mobile Air Depot. And then when the ship was commissioned and put into service, there was a little bit of a argument there about who would command it, because the Air Force belonged to the Army, and the ship was going to be sailing on the water, and the Navy wanted to control the ARUs, and the Army didn't want the Navy controlling them. So they solved the problem by hiring a merchant marine crew for our ship. We sailed with the fleet, but we didn't. We had a merchant marine crew who were all civilians. They wore pink flowers on their shirts, and they took their orders from the Army commander, but they took their sailing orders from the fleet commander. So I was the commander of the squadron that was living on the ship.
So you had to learn how to basically have a lot of diplomacy with a number of different branches of the service.
Yeah, we had to learn to get along with everybody, and of course we trained with the Navy, and we had to learn all the Navy drills. So when the Navy's fleet called for drills, we had to do the same thing all the ships were doing. I lived in when we sailed, I lived in a stateroom, had my own stateroom on the ship, and I ate in the officers' quarters, and we had our own mess hall aboard, and a dining room and everything for all of the. We were living high on the hog.
Had you married yet?
In foxholes and eating cave rations, huh?
Had you married yet?
No.
So you're a single man, and you're about how many years of age at this point?
23.
23?
22 or 23.
And where are you sailing to in the world?
We first sailed, when we sailed from here, we sailed right to Ulithi Atoll.
From what base here did you
we sailed out of San Diego.
Out of San Diego.
Yeah.
So you're
first out of Mobile, and then around to San Diego, and then we joined a fleet task force in San Diego and sailed for the Marianas. And our particular base was Ulithi Atoll, where we were assigned, again, there's a quick change of plans, we were assigned to support a Marine fighter squadron flying Corsairs, which is an entirely different airplane than the one that we were organized to support. It was organized support to support C.
So did you have to retool your ship or retool your repair shop?
We didn't have to retool anything. We just had to get in all new books and manuals. They quickly sent out a support package for the Corsairs that we put in our stock rooms aboard the ship and out in the middle of the Pacific between Hawaii and Guam and the Philippines.
Okay. And the carriers that you were serving, where were they stationed?
They were at sea, and when an airplane was damaged, they would send it. They'd have it land at one of the repair facilities. And they had them land at Ulithi Atoll, where we had our shops.
Would this be a landing immediately after combat? Let's say
out of combat.
If
they took bullets in combat that looked like they might have done internal damage, they would land the airplane at the atoll, and we'd have to inspect it and repair it and send it back to its unit. We'd go a ways with the fleet, and the fleet would stop, or they'd take a new course, or the fleet stayed at sea, going this way and that, just to maintain secrecy, I guess, so that nobody ever knew exactly where they were.
About how many planes did you do this for during World War II? Any idea?
Well, we were only there on Ulithi